Hi everyone, Slantel here from Slantel Designs, and today we're going to I'm going to show you just a super simple stitch that can be used to make a blanket. Works up lovely with different yarn, whether it's like a bulky weight, baby yarn, or I'm just going to use worsted weight today for the sample. Sorry, I have a cold, so I sound a little off. So anyway, it's a 2-row repeat, and this can very easily, you could change your colors after, like, you do your foundation row, and then row 2 and 3 are what you're repeating. You could do row 2 and 3 in one color, switch your colors, do the next row 2 and 3 repeat in a different color, and swap back. It would be very easy to make a nice pattern with the color. So very easy to do. I'm going to post the link to the PDF that you can download for free, as I always do. So I'm using today, because I'm using the worsted weight yarn, I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook, or US I9. But again, if you're using different yarn, just make sure you're using the hook that is recommended on your yarn label, because as you see here, it's on I'm just using the Craft Smart that I get at Michael's. It's a worsted weight number 4, and it recommends a 5.5 millimeter hook to get the best results for your pattern that you're going to be doing, okay? So if you're using like a baby yarn or something, it may ask you to use like a slightly smaller hook. So nothing too drastic. You're going to need your tapestry needle for weaving your ends in, and scissors. So nothing too severe here, and very simple. The stitch abbreviations are your chain, single crochet, half double crochet, skip, and slip stitch. So this is a pattern that's done in multiples of 4 plus 3. So depending on how big of a project you want, I've actually used this as well to make nice size squares to make a tote bag. So it worked out. It's a nice tight kind of pattern. I've done a tote bag with it, and then all I did was, and this is something that's super easy. When you go to Michael's, they have the t-shirts that are very reasonably priced, and if you have your coupon that you can get the discount on, I'll buy whatever color yarn I've worked up. I'll buy a t-shirt that's either complimentary or something that's close enough, and just cut to make a lining for the bag so that it works up nice, and I just sew it inside. So that might be a tutorial we do coming up too, just to show you how to make a bag with a lining. So anyway, let's get started on this. So again, you're going to work a multiple of 4 plus 3 for your start, okay? So I'm going to get my yarn on my hook. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So that's my multiples of 4. And then 1, 2, and 3. So that's that. So now, for our foundation row, which is row 1, you're just going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. Now remember, the one on your hook doesn't count. So 1, 2, single crochet. So put your hook in, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over and pull through the loop. So you're going to work a single crochet in each stitch across. So while we're working on that, once again, I want to thank everybody who has been supporting the channel and leaving comments. I really do appreciate it, and I do read them all, and I try to respond to them fairly quickly. We're getting a nice little community growing there. And I do plan on having, in the very near future, we're going to have some live streams. I'm still busy working on getting some things ready for the craft fair that I'm in, and I think what I'll do is we'll do a live stream, and if you have any questions on even something you're working on, or something you've seen in a video, or just about crocheting or knitting in general, we can chit chat about different things, and I'll work on some of the things I'm trying to get done for this fair, and or I could end up working on some of the samples of the things that are coming up in the videos down the road. But just something where we can kind of chit chat and hang out. All right, so when we're at the end here, we're going to single crochet in the last one. There we go. So that's your foundation row. So now we're going to start round 2, and rows 2 and 3 are what you're going to repeat. So for row 2, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, make a single crochet in the first stitch. So this does not count as your first stitch, okay? So we're going to single crochet in that. Then what you're going to do, skip the next stitch. So you're going to skip this one. You're going to half double crochet in the following 2. 1, 2. And I will put the link in the description for the half double crochet tutorial in case anybody needs a refresher on that. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go back into that stitch you skipped, and you're going to put a half double crochet in. So when you come in through to get your yarn, make sure you're pulling it up enough so that you're bringing the yarn towards where you're working. See how it's kind of a little longer stitch? That's what's going to give you that little design here that you see, okay? And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3, and then you're just going to very loosely, don't do it too tight, slip stitch in the next, okay? So then you're going to skip a stitch, yarn over and into the next, do a half double crochet into your next 2, and this is the repeat across the row. Then you're coming back into that one that you skipped with a half double crochet, and again, make sure you pull that yarn up a little bit so that you're not making it buckle. And then you're going to slip stitch in the next, not too tight, skip a stitch, yarn over, half double crochet in the next 2, go back with a half double crochet into the stitch you skipped. Again, remembering to make sure you pull that loop up a little bit. Then we're slip stitching into the next one. And this is what we're going to do all the way till we get to the end, and I'll show you what you're going to do at the end here very soon. This makes a really nice baby blanket. All right, slip stitch into the next, yarn over, skip in that next stitch, all right, so we have 2 stitches left, so we're going to do our slip stitch that it calls for. Then in our last stitch, you're just going to put a single crochet. So you start with a single crochet and you're ending with a single crochet. All right, so that's row 2. So now for row 3, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, make a single crochet in that first stitch, because remember this one doesn't count. Single crochet into that one. Then here's what you're going to repeat across. You're going to put a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then you're going to single crochet in the next 3, okay? So sometimes you got to be careful, because where you're doing the half double crochets, you end up with almost like a 3rd loop. You may have to twist your project a little bit to see the top of your stitches that you want to put your hook through, okay? So you're going to single crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to half double crochet into the next one. Essentially what ends up happening here is you're putting a half double crochet in that slip stitch area because it's dipped down further, and this brings your rows up to be even. Okay, so you end up putting the single crochets in the top of the half double crochet. All right, so we did our half double, so we're going to put our single crochets in the next 3. Again, sometimes you have to kind of turn your work a little bit just so you can see where the tops of the stitches are. And then we're going to put a half double crochet in the next. Then the next 3 are single crochets. and then a half double crochet, 3 singles, then we're going to put a half double crochet, 3 singles, and then because you're at your ending stitch, another single crochet. So at the end of row 3, you're always going to have 4 single crochets in a row. Okay, that's just the way the pattern works. Now, if you were changing your color of your yarn, what I would suggest you do is when you're doing that last single crochet, is don't finish it, turn around and swap out your yarn and finish the single crochet with the new yarn color. In fact, you know what? Let's do that. Let's cut that yarn off. Let me grab, oh gosh, I don't have any handy that might be suitable to combine with it, so bear with me on the colors. So then we're going to finish our single crochet with the new color. I'm just going to tie that and secure it together so we don't lose our ends, and you'll weave these ends in after. So then what you're going to do, oh, cat hair is always free, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to repeat row 2. So you're going to put a single crochet in the first stitch, skip the next, half double crochet into the next 2, and then half double crochet back in the one that you just skipped. Make sure to pull that loop up like we've mentioned, slip stitch. You're going to repeat this across. And as you can see, once you get going into this, the flow of it all, it goes pretty quickly. And then slip stitch into that next one. We're going to keep going. All right, if you want to keep working on yours and put me on pause, I'm going to get a couple more rows down here just so that you can see what it looks like, and we'll meet back here in a second. Oh, that's a slip stitch, not a single. All right, be right back. Okay, so welcome back. So as you can see here, I did a few more rows. I swapped out the color again, so it makes it look really pretty in my opinion. And actually, these colors don't go too bad together, I guess. So very easy, very quick. And when you would be all done, you would just fasten off your ends and leave all your ends in, and then put whatever border on there that you like. It would make it, and you could even do the border in like a couple of rows and do a combination of your colors that you used. So that's it for the quick and easy beginner blanket stitch. And I just call it blanket because I don't know if there's a specific name for this stitch. If you happen to know, put it in the comments. I saw it one day and I was like, it didn't have a name when I saw it, and I've been using it for quite a while, and I just call it the blanket stitch because I make blankets with it. So as you can see, it's very pretty and just has enough of a little design which gives it some dimension and some texture to it. So, and when you make it with the baby yarn, super soft and a nice little shell border on it. Very, very pretty. So that's it for today's tutorial. If you like it, please hit the like button. If you have any comments or questions, please don't forget to feel free to put them in the comment section. I will answer you back as soon as I can. And if you happen to make it, once again, please somehow send me a picture of it. I'd love to see your color combinations and just what you've done. It can sometimes give other people some inspiration for theirs as well. So actually, those don't go too bad together either. I am the worst one for trying to find color combinations, and half the time I find them by accident. So yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video, and I will see you very soon, and take care and happy crocheting.